He is a genius. I want you guys to understand that. I want that to be the takeaway from this video. You know what's really funny, guys? Sometimes the ugliest knives or uglier knives are some of the best knives in the entire industry. And one of those that always comes to mind is this guy, the Kershaw Launch 10 with the hawkbill blade. So what you guys may not know is that I used to have a different Instagram channel or page before I started Manganese Steel. And that I called it Black and Brass EDC. And the reason why I did that is because like all black EDCs and brass and black EDCs have always kind of been a thing for me. They always have been. However, what really kind of was informative while I had that Instagram page was what garnered likes versus what didn't. And one of my least liked photos of all time was the one that had this Kershaw Launch 10. And I don't get it, because this is a phenomenal knife. If this hasn't been on your radar, I hope this video puts it on your radar right now. So let me get into it. Let me bring you a little bit closer so we can kind of talk about this, okay? So this is part of the Kershaw Made in America launch series. You can see it's got the little American flag right there. Maybe I need to back it up just a touch. Okay. It's got the American flag right there. This is made in America. It is made out of, let me just double check. Yep, CPM 154. It has this hawkbill blade. And this style of doing knives or shaping, contouring, whatever, I always kind of call like prehistoric style, right? If I'm not mistaken, the Launch 13, yeah, this one was probably done by the same designer at KIZER, aka Kershaw. These two have a lot of similarities in their thinking. And to be honest, whoever this designer is, he's a genius. He is a genius. I want you guys to understand that. I want that to be the takeaway from this video, okay? This little thing is so ergonomically well resolved. It's freaking ridiculous, okay? So this is meant to be a little fifth pocket knife, a little box cutter, little, just open up for shipments, whatever. And it does that job better than most knives. And why? How? What's the explanation? Well, first of all, I think what you need to do to really appreciate this thing is do what I did. You take off the pocket clip, because the pocket clip is kind of stupid on this. It kind of creates a little bit of a hot spot. Put a lanyard with a bead that gives you a little bit of a stop, right? So you can get a nice 4-finger grip on it, like the way I did. And this little lanyard bead allows me to tension my pinky against the end of it. Once you do, you will start to see how the ergos work out on this. First, you have this sort of pinch saber grip, right? And the curvature of the base of the knife lines up with a 3-finger grip absolutely perfectly. This curvature right here, which is above the button to activate the automatic opening, again, cradles your thumb perfectly. Now, if you want a little bit more leverage, there's another curve right here. So now, really, you can bear down and put a lot of pressure on this hawkbill blade and really get some power driving into this tip, which is absolutely amazing. Now, if you'll notice, there are two flat sections here. Well, that is for when you want to transition into a pinch grip. So this actually works really well because your middle finger here goes right into this little curve, right? The base of the knife tucks right into the center of your palm, and your index finger falls perfectly somehow right on that flat section, and it gives you nice, detailed, fine control. It's so far ergonomically a masterpiece, right? And then if you want to do even finer work, there's this additional flat. You keep in the pinch grip, you move your middle finger to the first finger choil right here, and now you have complete control over that fine little tip. And it is fine. Look at how much that blade tapers down to a thin edge. And you can really do some fine work with this thing. And this knife just nestles into the hand. There's never a point where you're holding this where you feel like it can get away from you because it's so small. And it's just substantial enough. It's lightweight because it uses aluminum handle scales, right? It kind of looks like an integral, but it's not. It's split here. But dude, it's the perfect fifth pocket knife. Like, it genuinely is. And I think that it's often overlooked because it has this ever so slight gentle curve, which, guys, get over it. Get over it. Learn how to sharpen. Learn how to sharpen and learn how to sharpen this. You literally can just use the edge of your stone to get that done. It's not even the most extreme. I mean, sharpening this is way easier than sharpening something like this, okay? Like, this is far more extreme. So, like, this thing is amazing. Amazing. It's an ergonomic freaking masterpiece. And it is without a doubt one of the best designed knives that I've ever handled. And what's so interesting is when I got the Launch 13, I believe this is the Launch 13, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Wharncliffe, sort of design has very similar sort of approach. And I thought that this little cutaway right here, this little finger choil for your middle finger, was so strange. But again, when you start adjusting your grip on the knife, there's so many different times where you start to see and feel like, holy crap, this must have been done by the same designer, the same exact dude or girl for that matter. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but both of these feel like they were done by the same person. And these are the only two autos I own. And they are the only two autos I own. Well, no, that's not true. I do own a Microtech Stitch, right? But these are users for me a lot of times. And they are phenomenal. I don't understand why people haven't been, swinging from the rooftops talking about how freaking great these are. In particular, this. If there is ever a fifth pocket knife that you should own, guys, it's this one. It serves the purpose of being a utility blade better than any other fifth pocket knife that I've ever seen to date. Bar none. Bar none. It's the reason why I don't have others, because I hold it up to that standard, right? And really, I don't own a lot of Wharncliffes other than this one, because this one is so great. It's so lightweight, so thin, really, really slicey, phenomenal ergos, made in America, nice, convenient auto action, nice and snappy. This thing has gone with me to the pew pew range more than almost any other knife in my collection, just because I know I can, leverage its Wharncliffe qualities for opening boxes and stuff like that, more often than not. It's lightweight, it disappears, so I'm not like weighing down my pants. And dudes, like the ergos in every regard work. So I'm telling you, whoever this is, I wish I knew your name, but you rocked it. And this little thing deserves way more praise, way more recognition than it gets. And that's why I'm making the video on this. This is the best fifth pocket knife, in my opinion, bar none. Prove me wrong down in the comments below.